Please do not write it in MMDDYY format. Okay, so this is not allowed. Or DDMMYY format also not allowed. So make sure your letter reaches the employer without any grammatical mistake. So this letter writing actually carries 6 marks for you. Do not use slang or short forms. Okay, you cannot use bro, dude and all. Hello everyone. A warm welcome to all the young minds of Class 12 Cbse. I am Dr. Shalini, your English teacher at Prep School. Today we are here to understand one of the writing skills that is prescribed by your board. We are going to understand job application along with CV. So what is there in today's module? Let us understand. You will be understanding the meaning of job application, then what is biodata. We'll also understand the format of job application along with biodata, then also the marks breakup which you will be having for that biodata, then also a few tips to write a better biodata and a job application. We'll also look at a sample job application. So let us begin by understanding the meaning of job application. Okay. So what is the meaning of job application? It is actually a letter written in order to get a job. It's a kind of request by the person who is seeking a job. Okay, so it's a letter written for getting a job. Job seeker offers his or her labor or service in order to get a pay in return. Okay, so like I am giving my service and you are going to pay me. Okay, so job seeker is providing his service. Okay. So it is actually more or less like a personal advertisement, okay, like somebody provides wanted advertisements, right? So in the similar way, it is more or less the personal advertisement, like I am ready to work, I have such and such skills. So this way a person advertises himself, okay. The job application actually contains an appeal for a job in which this job seeker's personal data will all be provided. Okay, so what is that personal data provided? Okay, so what and all are the things that are there? You will have the name, address, qualification of the person who is seeking a job, and also experience that he has in that relevant field is also mentioned over there. Along with that, this is actually divided into two parts. Okay, one part is the covering letter, the other one is the bio data or the CV. CV means curriculum vitae. Okay, job application is actually divided into two different parts. So let us understand part by part. We shall start with the covering letter first. Okay. So here let us understand the format of covering letter. So before that we need to understand what is biodata. Okay, so biodata is nothing but the person's life's achievements, something related to the personal life of the person who is seeking the job. Okay, so this is the person's life, some experience or maybe few achievements that he has done. So that will be there in this biodata. Okay, so this represents all the personal and professional information job seeker has. Okay, so all the details will be present in this biodata. This biodata is actually divided into four parts. First will be the personal details of this person, then the qualification that he has in the relevant field, and also the experience that he has for the job he is applying, and also few references. Okay, so reference is one of the most important parts you should have in a biodata. Okay, so let us move on to the next part, that is we are going to understand about the format of job application. Okay, so this is the covering letter we are talking about. Means before CV or biodata we need to send a request letter to the person who has given the advertisement. Okay, so this is a covering letter. Along with that covering letter we need to enclose, we need to attach the CV. Okay, so what is there in this covering letter? There is a format for it to be written. Okay, so this actually follows the more or less the formal letter format only. So everything will be left aligned. So you can see everything is left aligned over here. Okay, it starts with the sender's address, that means my address. Okay, I have to write my address first, then comes the date. Okay, so date should not be written in MMDDYY format. Okay, it has to be elaborate, something like suppose you are writing it on 1st April, then you write it like this, 1st April, or you can also elaborate and write, and also you will write the year completely. Okay, so date, if you interchange also not an issue, put a comma if you are writing that date over there. Okay, so only in these two formats you will be writing the date. Please do not write it in MMDDYY format. Okay, so this is not allowed. or DDMMYY format also not allowed. Okay, so both of this are not allowed, so make sure you do not use that. Okay, so next we have this receiver's address. Here we are going to write to the person who is viewing our CV. Okay, that means the person, the employer, we are writing it to the employer. Okay, so not only his address, if at all you have his designation, that also can be specified. Okay, I will tell you this when we go to the format. Okay, when we see a sample, I'll tell you what it is. Okay, so then we have the subject. It is just a small heading as to what you are applying for. Okay, so what is this application for? It will be mentioned in this subject line. Then comes the salutation. Salutation, how do you address the person? Okay, how do you call that person is nothing but salutation. How do you salute somebody? Okay, like you call somebody dear ma'am. Okay, or your father, you call it dear papa. So whenever you are writing some letter or anything, so this has to be in a very formal way. So here you are going to write respected sir or madam, something like that. Okay, so how do you address that person is supposed to be mentioned here in salutation. Okay, so then we have this body of the letter. This is the actual content of the letter. So whatever you want to say, all that, whatever request you want to say, what are the facts you want to bring it to the notice of that employer, so all that will be written over here. Okay, so after that will be the complimentary clause. Complimentary clause, you are just giving a hint that this letter is going to end. Okay, so as soon as I finish the class, I just cannot run away from the class. Okay, so this is all for the class, bye bye, run away. No, I cannot do that, isn't it? I just give you some instructions and then end the class, right? So similarly here also you need to give a clue that the letter is going to end. Okay, so that will be in complimentary clause. At last you will have the signature. Okay, the person who is applying for the job will sign over there. So his signature is found over there. So this is the format of the job application. Okay, so now we move on to the next one, that is format of a biodata. Okay, after job application, biodata or the CV will be attached. Okay, so here after that signature, you need to specify that there are enclosures. Okay, you need to specify ENCL, that is enclosure, and you have to include all these documents. So what are you going to include? The biodata you are going to include, as I said. So you will have personal details there, qualification, experience and the reference. Okay, so these are the things you are going to have over there. So what and all are mentioned here? We need to see a sample and then we need to understand. Okay, so we need to understand few tips and tricks which actually make our biodata as well as the job application better. Okay, so first we need to understand what is the marks breakup for this. Okay, how much marks you are going to get for which part. Okay, so to begin with, the format what you are talking about, like the sender's address, date, receivers, so all this comes under format only. Okay, for that you have 1 mark. If the format is perfect, then you will get complete 1 marks. Okay, you need not have to break your head like for what they will cut and all. So they will divide it. So one of them is wrong also, there will be marks that will be deducted. Okay, this is very easy. You can just remember just like that, because since everything is left aligned, you need to just understand the order in which it appears. Okay, so that if you remember, that is for 1 marks. Then the content, the actual content, you need to make a note, and that is for 3 marks. Okay, so that is for 3 marks. So the body of the letter, okay, so that carries 3 marks. Then the expression, the way you put it across, okay, the way you express, the formal language that you use over there, so that also carries marks. And grammatical accuracy, grammar should be perfect. Then appropriate use of words and spellings. So there you need to understand how well you are presenting it before the employer. Okay, so this is what you are going to do there. And coherence and relevance. Coherence means the flow of ideas. Means in the first stanza you talk about your personal details, like I am such and such a person, I am applying for this job, something like that you talk, and after that you talk about something else which is not at all related to that. Okay, so that is, you call it as incoherent. Okay, so that is not at all coherent. So you need to maintain an order, that flow of ideas. When you switch over from one part to another part or one para to another para, there should be a flow of ideas properly. Okay, so that carries 2 marks. You do it properly, you will get 2 marks. Okay, so altogether it comes up to 6 marks. Okay, so this letter writing actually carries 6 marks for you. So this is the format you need to remember. Okay, so we'll now move on to the tips what we can understand when you are writing this letter. Okay, so you first need to double check the grammar. Okay, so you first have to concentrate on the grammatical errors. Any errors, please eliminate it before you send it to the employer. Okay, so make sure your letter reaches the employer without any grammatical mistake, because employer is going to look for that also. Okay, the first impression you are creating before the employer. Okay, so that is very important for you. Okay, so you need to check for grammatical accuracy and also the spellings. Okay, so next is you have to leave enough space between paragraphs so that it looks neat. All of these will come under the examination point of view. Okay, you can see it is very neatly arranged, isn't it? Neatly aligned. Why is it? There is enough space over here. There is enough space over here, so you can understand that they all are different paragraphs. Okay, when you write in exam also, you need to leave enough space so that the examiner will understand that they are in separate paragraphs. It actually appears very neatly. Okay, so neatness also carries that impression what you give, no, that is carried for neatness also, isn't it? So you have to maintain it neatly, and also you need to underline the main points using a scale and a pencil. Okay, you need to draw the attention of the examiner towards the important points. Okay, maybe if you don't underline, the important points what you have written may go unnoticed. Okay, other than that, if at all you have made any mistake outside the points you have underlined, that will go unnoticed. Okay, you are dragging the attention of the examiner towards only those where he has to concentrate. Okay, so even if you make mistakes somewhere outside, the examiner may not read it, and there are very less chances that you are losing marks. Okay, so make sure you underline it using a scale and a pencil. Maybe if you draw it with hand, it may not come straight, it may go haphazard. So you can underline it using a scale and a pencil. Okay, so presentation should be neat, so enough place should be there, enough space should be given in between, and the way you write also should be very neat. Okay, so presentation altogether should be neat. You should not mention any of your personal details. Okay, please do not mention any of your personal details. Already your name will be given there. Okay, like you have to write the letter in this name, so that will be already given there. If at all it is not given, please do not write any of your personal data. Okay, do not mention your mobile number, not your name, nothing. Okay, so make sure, even if you have to write on your own, do not write the real ones. Okay, so make sure you follow the right format and the paragraph. This also with exam point of view as well as your professional point of view. Okay, so you need to maintain the proper format. Okay, so why is the format given? That is because the presentation what you are doing will be very good. Okay, so that is why format is maintained. Okay, then do not use slang or short forms. Okay, you cannot use bro, dude and all when you are writing a letter. The language should be very formal. Okay, you are not using this short forms like I am, not like this. Okay, or she has, nothing like that. Okay, I have. Please do not use all these. Write completely. For instead of I am, you have to write I am. Okay, so this way you have to mention the complete sentences. Okay, please do not write half. Okay, then stick to the word limit. Suppose you are supposed to write it in 120 to 150 words, please maintain the word limit. Do not go beyond that. Okay, do not go more than the word limit whatever is prescribed there. Okay, so these are few tips which make your presentation better. Okay, so now we will look into a sample format. Okay, so this is a job application, a sample one. Okay, so there is a question given and also word limit is given. Okay, so just go through the question, then we will see the sample. Okay, Bal Vidya Public School Bhilai urgently requires a postgraduate teacher to teach political science, for which they have placed an advertisement in the Bhilai Express. Okay, so you are Sanjay or Sanjana from 21 Vasant Marg, Bhilai. Draft a letter including a CV applying for the advertisement. So you need to write it in 120 to 150 words. Okay, so what and all are the details that are given here? Name is given, isn't it? You are Sanjay or Sanjana. So name is given, you need not have to worry. This is the address that is given. Okay, so number 21 Vasant Marg, Bhilai, address is already given, so you need not have to worry about that also. Okay, you need not have to mention any fake thing. Okay, so whatever is given here, you will carry that as it is. Okay, so let us see how to write it. So you start with the sender's address. That means your address. Okay, so this is the sender's address here. That means the person who is applying, that person's address here, not the name. I am writing only the address. Okay, so then you see the date. Okay, 1st March, and I am not writing the year also. If you want, you may write it. If not, it's okay. Okay, so writing year, that is okay. If you write it also fine. If you don't write it also fine. Then the receiver's address, the person to whom the advertisement is addressed to. Okay, so that one we are writing over here. So this is the receiver. Okay, so this person will receive the job application there. Okay, so this is first part of the letter. Okay, so then we go to the subject line. Okay, it is just a heading as to what you are applying for the post of a postgraduate teacher. You need not have to write political science also. Okay, just write a postgraduate teacher. Then this is the salutation, how you address that person. You don't know whether principal is male or female. So in that case, you write sir or madam. If you very well know, if you are aware if the principal is male or female, so if you know the gender, then please mention the respective gender. Okay, if it is male, you say respected sir. If not, you say respected madam. Okay, so that is the salutation part, and here comes the body of the letter. Okay, the actual content is here. So what is there in this content? What can you see here? In response to your advertisement, the BREAKUP Express, dated 25th February 2000 something. So here you are talking about the advertisement, you are introducing that. Okay, the introductory paragraph for the post of political science teacher in your renowned school. I wish to offer my candidature. I am enclosing my copy of biodata. So you are informing something here. Biodata you are enclosing, and also for their kind perusal and consideration. Okay, so what else you are supposed to specify? You are supposed to tell about the timings of your interview also, which time you are available. Okay, so what time you are available here? You are available at any day. Okay, any day of your convenience. So the ball is in their court. They can decide which day they have to call for the interview. And also you are promising that you are going to work with dedication. Okay, so this is another important point you need to specify. So if you read this letter, you feel it is formal, it is humble enough to present the character of that person who is applying. Okay, so the person who reads it will have a very good impression on the person who is sending the application. Okay, so then it comes to complimentary closing, then the name. Okay, after that we need to specify about the enclosure, what you are going to enclose over there. Yes, we need to enclose the biodata or the CV, that one we are mentioning here. Okay, yes, that is the thing in covering letter. Now we come to the biodata or the curriculum vitae. What is the format of this? Okay, so there are a lot of things to be mentioned here. First you need to write the name. Okay, you can use either Sanjay or Sanjana. Then you will write the father's name. Then they need to know about your date of birth. Okay, so that also you will be specifying there. Then you have the sender's address again. Though you have written it in the covering letter, you need to specify it again over here. Okay, then we have this phone number. This also I am not specifying fully. Okay, then email, this also if you wish to write this user ID, then okay. If not, you can just put xxx@gmail.com or yahoo.com, anything for that matter. Okay, so not necessarily you need to mention this. Okay, then we have this marital status, whether the person is married or not. Okay, also the age has to be mentioned. Then the nationality, which nationality is that person. Okay, so these are the few important things you have to mention in the biodata. Along with this, now we are applying for some job, so qualification is a must. So academic qualification is mentioned. If you are teaching, if anybody is applying for a teacher of postgraduate, then obviously that person should have an MA in that relevant subject. Okay, so that is specified here. And hobbies, it depends. If few people would like to mention it, they can do it. If not, it's okay. But it actually attracts, like a few people will have that same taste, right? So they tend to be selected. Okay, so in that case, you better mention what are your hobbies. Okay, so if you have reading as your hobby, then maybe that person, that principal might feel that yes, this person is a reading person, he is vastly read and he is a very knowledgeable person. Okay, so that way mentioning hobbies is actually a good one. Okay, then what are your strengths? Why do you feel it is good to hire you? Okay, so that is what is you have to specify over here. So good communication skills, computer literacy, that is very much needed nowadays. Proficient in English, Hindi and German. These are the strengths that that person has. Okay, at last we come to this reference. So here this is very much important only because you recognize with few people. Okay, maybe who is a principal of that school, or maybe the head of commerce department, something like this. So it shows that you are very close to those people and you are what to say, influential. You also share a very good relationship with those people. Okay, means if the relationship is cordial, then probably the chances of hiring is more. Okay, that is because you have a good rapport with such high level people, that is the people at high post. Okay, so that is the reason the chance of you getting hired is more. Okay, so this way you need to specify that also. Okay, so whatever I spoke till now with the professional point of view. Okay, so all these should be mentioned with marks point of view also. With the examination point of view, you need to mention all these things there. Okay, so each and every point what I mentioned here, everything should be specified there. Okay, so this is how you write a very effective job application along with CV. Okay, so yes, by this we come to an end of the session. I want you to just go through, practice job application along with CV and excel in the exam. Okay, so take care, keep learning. Any doubts, please come back to me in the live class. Okay, so take care children, keep learning. See you soon. Bye bye.